Hi everyone, welcome to your second episode of Ask Me Anything session. Today we have Dr. Vasant Khalatkar. He is one of the director and consultant at Khalatkar. One second, sir. Khalatkar Hospital for Mother and Child in Nagpur. He is also the national president of Commonwealth Association for Health and Disability, United Kingdom. So we are very excited, and he's been handling so many newborns, and he's taking care of so many children in Nagpur. So welcome to the show, sir. All over to you.
Yeah, should I start?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. नमस्ते, गुड आफ्टरनून सब भारत की माताओं को नमस्ते. Special thanks to iMumz teams and Foxy, especially Dr. Jaideep Malhotra, who is the pioneer and who is it's a brainchild of this program is brainchild of Dr. Jaideep Malhotra. Really dynamic lady, and I met her thrice, and really plenty of ideas and things in her mind. तो ऐसे टाइप की लेडी आपको बनना है. आज की जितनी मदर्स है उनको मैं जयदीप मल्होत्रा का एग्जांपल दूंगा कि इफ यू बिकम लाइक दैट, हर नारी अगर सशक्त बन जाती है. आई होप ओनली नारी फीमेल्स आर देयर. अगर मेल्स भी होंगे, पेरेंट्स भी होंगे तो मुझे माफ करना, क्योंकि मुझे ये बताया गया कि ये प्रोग्राम इज फॉर मम्स, ओनली मम्मा के लिए प्रोग्राम है करके मैं मम्मा को ये कर रहा. इट्स नॉट अ पार्शियलिटी और समथिंग लाइक दैट, पर अगर मम्मी ज्यादा है तो मम्मी के क्वेश्चंस और मम्मी को भी संबोधित करके मैं ये प्रोग्राम में बात करूंगा. तो चलो वंस अगेन नमस्ते. ये मेरे इसमें नाम के सामने वी डबल आ गया. आई एम डॉक्टर वसंत खलतकर. मैं नागपुर में बेसू. नागपुर आपको मालूम ही होगा, ऑरेंज सिटी जिसको बोली जाती है. यहाँ के ऑरेंजेस बहुत फेमस है और बच्चों का डॉक्टर हूँ. 30-35 साल से बच्चों के साथ कर फेस कर के मुझे साथ साथ में मम्मा के साथ भी कितना फेस करना पड़ता. यू कैन इमेजिन. आप कोई डॉक्टर के पास जाते होगे तो आप सामने वाले पीडियाट्रिशियन को क्या क्या क्वेश्चन और क्या क्या परेशान करते होगे. बट वी आर हैप्पी. जितनी मदर परेशान करेगी उतना अच्छा लगता है, बिकॉज ये दिखाती है कि मदर नॉलेजेबल है. और सेकंड थिंग, मदर का एटीट्यूड टुवर्ड बेबी के, खुद के बच्चे की तरफ बहुत अच्छा है. और वो मदर मेरे से कुछ क्वेश्चंस के सवाल या जवाब जो करेगी, वो जवाब ले जाके वो बाकी 10 लेडीज को उसका ज्ञान देगी. तो इसे अल्टीमेटली ज्ञानामृत जो होता है ना, कि अल्टीमेटली ज्ञान बढ़ना, तो वो होता है. इसलिए आई एम रियली हैप्पी.
Sorry to interrupt. Just a small request. We have a lot of mothers who don't understand Hindi. So if we can talk to them in English.
English done? Huh?
Yes, I think
Really?
English will be preferred by many. Yes.
Okay. So I will be more comfortable in English, right? So
we can do a mix and match of both. Yes.
Yeah. We actually we are now in the 21st era. 21वीं सदी में हम लोग प्रवेश कर चुके हैं. और इसमें एक से लेकर कोरोना जैसे डिसीज, because of that we are facing lot of problem. आज न्यू इंडिया का मेन मोटो क्या है? व्हाट इज मोटो? दिस इज द आत्मनिर्भर भारत. और we could to make this dream true, Atmanirbhar Bharat, there are so many involvement, like a prime minister, health minister, education minister, all the MP, MLA, chief minister of all the state, तुम्हारे मेरे जैसे लोग, this all are involved to make this dream true. And for this we are working all together for making Atmanirbhar Bharat. So if we want to make this Atmanirbhar Bharat, तो व्हाट इज इम्पोर्टेंट? हेल्थ. अगर हेल्थ अच्छी तो सब कुछ अच्छा. तो इसीलिए क्या बोलते हैं, व्हाट इज दिस? हेल्थ इज वेल्थ. अब इंडिया की बात की जाए तो यू नो there are 40% children, 40% out of our population, that is approximately more than 120 crore, 40% are children. What is the age group of children? We pediatrician are considering that is from birth to 18 years. Now you keep in mind, there's a birth to 18 years are we consider it as them as the children, that is a pediatric age group. तो इसमें 40% जो आबादी है that contains children. और ये जो बच्चा आज का जो बच्चा है वो एक कल का सुजन काम का एक नागरिक बनने वाला है, who is going to be a father, who is going to be a responsible person for family. So आगे की पीढ़ी जो अपने को डेवलप करना है वो पीढ़ी शुड बी हेल्दी हैप्पी. और इसी हेल्दी हैप्पी ये पीढ़ी को अच्छी बनाना है तो वी हैव टू कीप देम हेल्दी. नाउ ये devastating figure I am telling you, you know, there are 10 to out of born, suppose 100 babies, you take the example of 100 babies, 10 to 12% of a child dies below 5 years. Understood? It means this is known as the neonatal mortality or infant mortality rate, which we government want to reduce. So the figure really अपने को चमका देने वाला फिगर है और ये फिगर अपने को कम करना है. अब इसके मेन डिसीजेस क्या होते हैं? तो ये 5 साल के अंदर डेथ होने वाले मेन रीजंस आर, वन इज द निमोनिया, मोस्ट डिवास्टिंग इज द डायरिया, और उसके बाद देयर आर सो मेनी प्रॉब्लम जैसे डिप्थेरिया, टिटेनस, मीजल्स और पीलिया ऐसे, और एनी कंजेनिटल एनोमली, एस्पिक्सिया निग्रोट्रम, यानी बच्चा कोई बार रोता नहीं, बच्चों को सेप्सिस हो जाता है. तो ऐसे डिसीजेस है कि जिसके कारण ये 10% मॉर्टेलिटी होती है. इसमें से कुछ बीमारियां कंजेनाइटल होती है, कुछ बीमारियां इससे आती है, कुछ बीमारियां वायरस से होती है, कुछ बैक्टीरिया से होती है. तो ऐसी बहुत सारी बीमारियां हैं कि जो बैक्टीरिया और वायरस के अगेंस्ट अपने पास वैक्सीन अवेलेबल है. वैक्सीन मीन्स टीका. सो these are the known as the vaccine preventable diseases. What are the vaccine preventable diseases? We know they are the polio, tuberculosis, hepatitis B, hepatitis A, diphtheria, pertussis, tetanus, chickenpox, hepatitis A, then measles, rubella, mumps, Japanese encephalitis, meningococcal, cholera, flu, then swine flu. Nowadays, one addition is a corona vaccine. That's a really magic pneumonia vaccine. These are the vaccines available in our country or all over the world, which can do plenty of mortality. It can prevent a lot of death. So, so today, what is my topic? Because of this is very important topic. Because see, basically, why we have taken this topic? It shows that vaccination can reduce the health cost. I will come it later on. So, मैं इसीलिए आज का ये वैक्सीन ये टॉपिक लिया हुआ. Initially, I will tell you about what is the vaccine. Vaccine is basically antigen. Nowadays, vaccine is not considered other, but now we are considering it as a medicine because it prevents disease, it kills the disease, it kills the bacteria, it kills the viruses. So this is a vaccine is a medicine. One can say vaccination is the birthright of any child. इसलिए every baby should get a vaccination. Or you all know prevention is always better than cure. पूरे देश में ये देखा गया है कि अगर वैक्सीनेशन प्रोग्राम अच्छे से चल सकता है तो यू कैन प्रिवेंट लॉट ऑफ मनी ऑन हेल्थ इशू. अभी ये वैक्सीन सबसे पहले इंट्रोड्यूस कब हुआ? इट इज गॉट फर्स्ट वैक्सीन ऑन प्लेग got introduced in 1987. बाद में कौन से वैक्सीन है? कॉलर आया, टीटी आया, डिप्थीरिया टिटेनस आया और बीसीजी की स्टोरी सब लोगों को मालूम है। वर्ल्ड वॉर के टाइम जो वैक्सीन डिटेक्ट हुआ, दैट इज द बीसीजी वैक्सीन। नाउ डब्ल्यूएचओ की पॉलिसी क्या है? व्हाट इज द पॉलिसी? हेल्थ फॉर ऑल। Under that policy, the universal program of immunization came in picture. That was in 1978. It was launched और उसमें इनिशियली बीसीजी, पोलियो, ट्रिपल और मीजल्स, ये वैक्सीन ले गए। Then there are addition of so many vaccines. Now near about 14 to 15 vaccines are added to this. Up who is formulate and who is the guiding, controlling? You can say controlling on this vaccine. That is the National Immunization Guideline Center. That is the National Advisory Group of Immunization, which consists of our Prime Minister, Health Minister, State's Health Minister, and Indian Academy of Pediatric Chairman, and 2 social worker, जिनका काम है टाइम टू टाइम आए हुए चेंजेस करना और न्यू वैक्सीन कौन सा है तो उसमें ऐड करना। सो दिस advisory committee keep total control on vaccination. Like nowadays you are seeing whatsoever word comes to about corona vaccine, it comes to WHO or our through health minister, and we to accept that because of the WHO. So now I will come to next step. What are the vaccines and by what time it should do? You can say vaccination timetable, right? Understood? Now agar suppose as soon as the baby born, what are the vaccines baby should get? That is the BCG, oral polio, and first dose of hepatitis B. Understood? Suppose by any means this get miss, it should get within a 7 to 2 hours. And then suppose इसके बाद भी मिस होता है, then you can give any time, but vaccination should get done, right? Now come to 1.5 months. At the age of 1.5 months, what are the vaccine we are giving? Polio, oral polio, triple vaccine, that is DPT, meningitis, then rotavirus and hepatitis B. These are the vaccines. So you have to give, and additional you can pneumococcal. Now just now I will tell about the government vaccine, then we will go for a optional vaccines which are supplied by government, that will do. Then at the age of 1.5 months, 2.5 months and 3.5 months, same doses of polio, triple, hepatitis B, then rotavirus, rotavirus and injectable poliovirus. Now we are having a problem of injectable poliovirus short. So what is government is doing? Government is giving a single dose of injectable poliovirus at the time of a 3.5 month immunization. So child should get 100% coverage, because there were some problem with oral polio. There were 88% coverage, so 12% coverage we want to have a 100% coverage of polio. So what government has, at least single dose should of a injectable polio should be given. So I request mother to keep in mind your child should get injectable polio either in government setup or in a private. अभी ये बच्चा तुम्हारा 4.5 महीने का हो गया. Now you are going to government. Then you come to 9 months. 9 months nowadays measles vaccine simple नहीं मिलता है. MMR, it is replaced by MMR. measles, mumps, rubella. mumps तो मालूम होगा आपको. measles यानी खसरा जो तुम लोग बोलते, और रूबेला मीन्स प्रेग्नेंट लेडी को होने वाली बीमारी, दैट इज द रूबेला. ठीक है. अभी अपन 1 साल बाद आते हैं. नाउ बच्चा 1 साल का होने के बाद जब वो 15 मंथ का होता है तो एमएमआर का वैक्सीन अगेन रिपीट किया जाता है. ये 15 मंथ का वैक्सीन रिपीट होने के बाद 18 मंथ में जाएंगे अपन, तो इसमें दिया जाता है बूस्टर। वो बूस्टर में क्या क्या होता है, ओरल पोलियो होता है, ट्रिपल होता है, हिपेटाइटिस बी होता है, रोटा ये टाइम नहीं आता है, ठीक है। और अगर गवर्नमेंट में बहुत जगह अभी आजकल 2-4 स्टेट छोड़ के इंडिया में निमोनिया का वैक्सीन आजकल अवेलेबल हुआ है। अभी निमोनिया का वैक्सीन कब दिया जाता है, एट द एज ऑफ 1.5 मंथ, at the age of 2.5 months, and at the age of 3.5 months. Suppose if any by anything by or any mean pneumonia vaccine is not given up to age of 6 months, then you have to go for only 2 doses. Understood? Only 2 doses of pneumonia vaccine. And if suppose if you miss this vaccine up to age of 1 year, then single dose will work. But it doesn't mean to save the money or to save the injectable prick, you should not go for the 1.5 month, 2.5 month, and 3 months. You should. Earliest is the best because pneumonia is very common up to age of 1 year. And this is a very good vaccine, pneumonia vaccine. Pneumonia, their coverage of 13 type of pneumonia types of type. So one should go for pneumonia. Now it's up to 18 months where come, and then rest of the vaccine, they are known as the optional vaccine. These optional vaccines are not available in government setup. So they are all available in a private setup. You have to pay for it. Government is not going to pay. So I am going to start from the first vaccine, that is the flu vaccine. You know, swine flu is very common. That vaccine you have to give. Suppose you give it before it acts against swine flu. If you give it before 1 year, then you have to go for a 2 doses by the interval of 1 month, and then every year you have to give a single dose, right? But up to 65 or 70 years, yeah, up to 8, you can take a flu vaccine, but you have to take it a monthly on regular, yearly once. Okay, this is the flu. Then coming to hepatitis A vaccine. Hepatitis A vaccine, it acts against hepatitis A. म्हणजे गंदा पानी पीने से जो पीलिया होता है, that is the causing the hepatitis A. Hepatitis B is by injectable. अगर hepatitis B वाली needle टच होती है तो that causes a hepatitis B. Hepatitis E is a waterborne. A is waterborne disease. It is a cause goes through water, and this is the vaccine against hepatitis A. How many doses? There are 2 doses, 1 year apart. Okay, either suppose first dose you give at the age of 13 months, then you can give after 6 months second dose, or after 1 year also. Now coming to chicken pox. चिकन पॉक्स यू नो, काजनी बोलते हैं इसको, सब लोग वालों में यूजुअली समर में होती है, बच्चों में होती है ये चिकन पॉक्स. व्हाट इज द इम्पोर्टेंट, दिस इज यूजुअली अकर्स इन मंथ ऑफ अप्रैल, जब व्हेन देयर इज स्कूल, बच्चे आर स्कूल गोइंग, एग्जाम गोइंग, एंड दिस कॉजेज मॉर्बिडिटी, स्कूल लॉस. समटाइम्स चिकन पॉक्स कैन बिकम मोर इन्फेक्शियस, एंड सो इन्फेक्शन होने के बाद देयर कैन बी एन्केफेलाइटिस, and that can lead to death or so many complications like the septicemia. So one must prevent our child from chickenpox. What is the dose? You can start first vaccination at the age of 15 months. 15 महीने में पहला वैक्सीन देना चाहिए, और उसके बाद पहला डोज लगने के बाद 3 महीने से 3 साल तक आप सेकंड डोज कभी भी दे सकते हैं चिकन पॉक्स का. इसको बोलते हैं चिकन पॉक्स का बूस्टर डोज. अब नेक्स्ट वैक्सीन जो आता है वो मेनिंगोकॉकल वैक्सीन. मेनिंगोकॉकस एक ऐसा विषाणु और बैक्टीरिया है which causes encephalitis. Encephalitis means meningitis. Meningitis is a swelling of a brain with a infection in brain. अगर suppose it happens, this is a very deadly disease. Death is 80% cases goes to death. So, well, if we want to prevent it from your child from that dreaded disease, you have to go for a meningococcal. That meningococcal vaccine when you will give after the age of 2 years. Now coming to Japanese encephalitis vaccine. See, Japanese encephalitis vaccine it's a viral vaccine. viral disease, Japanese encephalitis, which is very common where the rice paddies are more common. Because this virus is very much got it, you get it in a those area which a bite to child, it can go to encephalitis, and there is a 99% mortality which survives. 1% survive, they come back with a morbidity. They say mental retardation, cerebral palsy, paralysis, hydrocephalus, or cerebral. Well, you can see so more complications like pneumonia. These all type of complications, hearing loss, blindness. These are the things. So this is a very important vaccine in endemic area. So those areas which are endemic for Japanese, one should always take. Government is also trying hard to give the Japanese encephalitis vaccine in endemic area. Like you, if you consider our area, this is like a Nagpur, so like a Bhandara, Gundia, Chandrapur area, and our some belts of MP, some belt of UP, where mainly rice is more important as a crop. So there is a you have to go for a Japanese encephalitis. Now coming to rubella vaccine. Rubella is a disease which is very common in girls. So it is an important vaccine for girls. What is the problem? Suppose this rubella happens. Suppose any pregnant lady suffer from rubella when in pregnancy during first 3 months, the outcome is not good. What is the outcome? Baby born to that lady can be suffer from congenital rubella syndrome. That baby can have a cataract, आँख में मोतिया बिंदु रहना, कान से कम सुनाई आना, hearing loss, and heart disease रह सकता है उसको. Heart disease means कोई भी टाइप का heart. That is the triad बोलते हैं हम लोग, which is triad. This is the congenital rubella. That's why to prevent your child from this congenital rubella syndrome, every girl should take a rubella vaccine. Now coming to HPV vaccine. Now it is, you must have heard this cervical cancer, cervical cancer. I mean, what is the cervical cancer? Cervical cancer is a cancer of a uterus, which is a common in ladies. So uterus is always ladies. So it's a very you must be अरे गर्भाशय का कैंसर हो गया, गर्भाशय का कैंसर हो गया, बहुत सारे फिर हिस्टेक्टोमी करना पड़ा, we have removed uterus. So it was shown, study shows that 55% of this cervical cancer is due to human papilloma virus, HPV virus. So this virus, suppose it get infected, it can lead to cervical cancer. So this vaccine is important. What are the doses? It should be given after the age of 12 years. 12 साल के बाद, in the interval of 1 month, you have to give 2 doses. Suppose you give from 12 years to 14 years. Suppose you by any means you miss by 14 years, then you have to give a 3 doses, 1 month at the first dose, then second dose after 1 month, and then third dose after 6 months. Right? Understood? This is the HPV vaccine. This is a very costly vaccine, and this vaccine is only available with the private vaccine. About rubella, doses at the age of 13 months to 15 years. So these are the optional vaccines. And now I am giving some good instruction on immunization. I think this immunization instruction I will come on at the last. Now up to this I am here. I have given basic primary notes to you about immunization. What is immunization? What happened with immunization? Now I have put the antigen. Now it is your duty to make it an antibody. Understood? ना? Vaccine is an antigen. Antigen अंदर जाता है शरीर के अंदर, वो antibody तैयार करता है कि that antibody kills the bacteria, or it prevents the bacteria or virus to enter and produce the disease. So antigen I have given. Now it's up to you how to develop the antibody, and now you can ask question to me.
Thank you, sir. Let me quickly move on to the questions we've already started receiving. Simarjit is saying, we hear about these painless and painful vaccinations. So, which one should be given?
Yeah, there is a lot of debate. Whenever any patient or mother comes to me, this is a painless is a basically a cellular vaccine, and painful is a routine and cellular vaccine, which is available in government. Painless vaccine is not available at government side. Okay, understood?
Just give us a moment. I think doctor has lost connection. We will be back in a minute. Just give us one moment. Doctor is joining in a minute. He got disconnected due to technical error. Really sorry for the inconvenience.
But no, yeah, got that. Okay, then.
Okay. Yes.
So I'm really sorry. I think somehow because of net, I think. And see, this is the painless vaccine and painful vaccine. See, cost is it's near about double cost. Basically, painful vaccine and painless vaccine act same. Nothing, nothing is different. No difference. The only thing, what is the capability of mother to accept baby crying or baby fever? What happened with painful vaccine? There is always a fever and there is a swelling over the site of injection, which is not in painless vaccine because it's a cellular vaccine. But cost makes lot of difference. So you have to see your pocket first and then you decide. I think it doesn't make कि suppose बेबी रोता है बहुत या पेनफुल होता है तो बेबी को बहुत अट्रैक्शन होता है और अगर रोता नहीं है या पेनलेस होता है तो कुछ नहीं होता है ऐसा सोचना ही नहीं है एकदम इफेक्टिविटी इज सेम इट्स अ वन टू वन डिस्कशन मदर डिपेंड ऑन मदर एंड पेरेंट so don't worry any vaccine is of your choice it's all depend on right.
Yes. Thank you, sir. Uh, Shweta is saying PCV, can it be given 1 week after giving DPT?
PCV, see, PCV you can give because it's a killed vaccine. I I am going to tell you, two live vaccine can't give after 24. Suppose you take example is the OPV and measles vaccine. Suppose you are giving measles vaccine. Suppose today you give OPV, OPV is live vaccine, and suppose you want to give measles tomorrow, you can't give because they are two live vaccine. Live vaccine interact with each other, and that's the immunity come with it. But this PCV you can give after 8 days. But it's always better to have a single sitting. I am going to tell you in instructions for it in single sitting. Always nowadays there are multiple injections available, multiple combination injections available, so that ये एक लेफ्ट हैंड में लेफ्ट लेग में एक राइट लेग में एक हाथ में दे रहे वो जो पुराना फंडा था दैट्स गॉन now 5 to 6 injections in a single vaccines in a single injection. So it's better to have a combination injection. Okay.
Thank you. Yes. Yes, sir. One moment. Moving on to the next question. How to guard our baby when we go for vaccination to government hospitals? What precautions should we take? Can we use mask for baby? And also how to protect baby from coronavirus?
Yeah, very good question. Nice question. Everybody is fighting to that. See, it's as per instruction. These mask is not mandatory up to age of 2 years. Sir, whatever mask is, so there is no question of masking to child up to 2 years. So that's your question nullified. Now you are clear. Up to 2 years, whenever whether you go to hospital or wherever you go on road or moving, you should wear one mask only. So there is no need of mask. Second thing, baby should be very clean, hygienic, and I think you understood what I said. Clean hygienic, we should have a bath, very good fed baby, and healthy baby. There should be no fever. Mild fever do, but there should be best possible no fever, no URI, and no any disease should be there. आप कभी भी जाते वक्त बेबी को घर से फीड करके जाइए एकदम और प्रायर अपॉइंटमेंट के साथ जाइए so that you will not waste the time. Otherwise, आप क्या होते हैं आप जाते हो वहाँ पे you go there you give a number to receptionist, then there is a you are in queue, you are number 10. First you come after 1 hour. By that baby become irritable. Suppose baby is more than 1 year, he knows the environment of hospital and he knows vaccination is going to do or some injection is going to do. He start crying and you also become irritable. Right? And then बोलते अरे यार ये सब मम्मा का काम है क्या पापा ने भी आना चाहिए. Blame goes to husband. So we go for prior appointment and with a healthy baby with feeding, because after giving OPV, suppose rota vaccine is there, you have to wait for again half an hour and then yeah.
Yes, sir, we can hear you. Okay.
Okay. So and definitely maintain the social distance always. Most of the pediatrician clinic nowadays they are maintaining. Government hospital also they are maintaining social distances by keeping, but it's our duty also to maintain the social distance.
Thank you, sir. Just a moment. Can I apply ice pack on vaccination site even if baby has cold?
Yeah, 100%. Doesn't transfer that. And for cold, who says you should not have a application of cold? You can have a ice pack application if there is a swelling. Basically, mainly it comes after the triple injection. That is the DPT. Rest of the injectable doesn't give the swelling or like that. So you can apply ice pack.
Thank you, sir. Sir, I think this looks like a repetition question, but still I'm asking. Preetham is saying, can the PCB vaccination be given on the same day as DPT and rotavirus?
Same day, it's a recommended, strongly recommended. Vaccination, whatsoever vaccination you want, suppose it's a due, one should go in a single sitting. That's always better. That's when I told you, because see, this polio is oral polio, rota is oral, and this DPT with hepatitis B with HIV, that is for meningitis, it's a combo nowadays available. Again, second combo is triple with hepatitis B, HIV, and injectable polio. That combo is available. So it will be a single injection, and PCB will be a single injection. So you have to go for two frequently. It's always better to have a two.
Okay. So Preetham has another question. Should the paracetamol dose be given after baby has fever, or can it be given as a preventive measure for 2 days, even if baby does not have fever?
If baby doesn't have, there is no need. But if there is swelling without any fever, you can give a paracetamol. It's as per your advice to doctor. Doctor always prescribe paracetamol while giving the DPT or any vaccine.
Thank you, sir. So one query I see here is when can breastfeeding mothers take coronavirus vaccine?
What? Pardon me?
When can breastfeeding mothers take COVID vaccine?
Yeah, at least 6 months apart. 6 months, after 6 months, when baby is started weaning.
Okay. So, but is it allowed right now in India for breastfeeding mothers, sir?
See, I think what is our problem? Most of the breastfeeding mothers are below 45, right?
Yes. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Now government has allowed only to those who are above 45, and we as a doctor are not going to advise to have a baby after the age of 40 because of
Yes.
so many problems. So I don't think this problem comes in the breastfeeding, and it's only for health worker. Yeah, if suppose the health worker, now it's already health worker also stopped. Now those old registered health worker, they are getting now registered and again today just 15 minutes before there is a directive, those health workers who are not vaccinated for corona, this is my message again, those health workers who have not taken the vaccine in last drive before 31st March, they should go to government hospital because they will not get it in a private setup. So best was the earliest you register and take the vaccine. It's my request to health worker, those who have not taken corona vaccine, please go for it. I
Okay,
don't
even if they are breastfeeding, right? So now they can go for it, you're saying. Okay.
sure.
Sapna is asking, after the 6th week vaccination, my baby isn't lifting his hand since 2-3 days. Also, he's having cold, so I cannot give cold compress. What should I do? Moving his hand a little also makes him cry a lot.
Yeah, this is the typical inflammation of yeah. So better way to have a ice fermentation. Second is the rest and paracetamol. That's the for fever. Whatsoever paracetamol dose prescribed by your consultant, you can give paracetamol. That is going to definitely help. No need of any sedative or like that. Sometimes, but suppose you take care. This is the on very first day. But if swelling doesn't disappear, or there is a fever, or there is a hot red swelling, then you have to consult your doctor whether there is a cellulitis or like that. Otherwise, what happens? Sometimes what happens? There is a swelling followed by this is not like swelling, and which doesn't painful. It don't have any pain. It don't have any pus. Then it goes automatically within 21 days. There is nothing to worry.
Thank you, sir. Sir, Ankita is saying 6th week vaccination optional also was given painless. Now, can I move to painful vaccination, just the compulsory ones?
Sure, there is no problem. It doesn't interact with anybody, any vaccine. So you can go for, but it should be any time period. Suppose you go 6 weeks, you have to go for 10 weeks, 14 weeks. That is a 1.5 month, 2.5 months, and 3.5. Interval should not be less than 28 days. That is very important. In two vaccines, there should be interval of minimum 28 days. That is very important. Not less than 21 days and not more than 5 days. Suppose I take a vaccine on 1st of March. My next vaccine should be either on 29th of March or 1st of March. I should not take after 5th of April. This is there will be no use. So again I have to repeat the dose and everything that circle. That will not be so much effective.
Thank you, sir. Sir, Pallavi is saying lump at Penta vaccine. How much time will it take to dissolve?
Penta vaccine, I just Again, repeat.
I think there is a lump on the site of pentavaccine injection. So they are asking how much time does it usually take to dissolve that?
Dissolve, it's a diluent is there. There is no need. Some vaccines now the Penta vaccine are ready to use also available, and some vaccines are rare. It get immediately with the diluent and there is no need. It doesn't make it time. You have to see the vial whether it's a dissolved or not. It's not a time period.
Okay. Vaishnavi is saying, can persons with platelet problem take corona vaccine?
Platelet,
Yes,
yeah,
people who have platelets issues.
yeah. See, this is the vaccine which is very preventable. Also, those who are having a morbid disease, the platelet problem means mostly ITP, right? Suppose child is having dengue, there is no question. Okay. Suppose anybody is having dengue, there is no question after completion good dengue and platelet recover, then you will. But few patients are having platelet problem that is either congenital or as a hereditary or sometimes iatrogenic that is a ITP, idiopathic thrombocytopenia. They can easily or like a patient, another patients are like a bleeding disorder where intramuscular injection is a problem. But these two, both the patients can take a injection. The only precaution they are supposed to be in hospital for at least 1 hour. After giving injection, they have to hold tightly that when whatever cotton swab you are giving, na, that you have to press at least for 10 to 15 minutes. Don't rub, don't massage. You have to only press that injection site tightly for 10 to 15 minutes. That is the only precaution you have to take. Otherwise, any person with having a platelet problem or bleeding disorder can take this corona vaccine.
Thank you, sir. Uh, Moving on to the next query. Shweta is asking, if a father is taking COVID vaccine, does he need to maintain distance from his baby for some time?
No need. Why? He is not suffering. Suppose he is suffering from corona, then only. Otherwise, there is no need.
Okay. Uh, so, would you like to move on to your tips that you wanted to share?
Yeah. Thank
I
you. I
think
think.
we have covered most of the queries.
Yeah. Thank you, all the moms who listened me patiently. And now again, Canamrut, that is the dose, ultimately take home message. Vaccination should start at birth, means as early as possible. That is within 24 to 72 hours. This is my first. Multiple injection to be given in 24 hours. I told you there are 7 to 8 injections, up to 10 injection in a single dose or 2 injections you can give. I told about you everything. If suppose any dose got missed by chance, suppose you want to give easy that hexavalent vaccine and along with that pneumonia vaccine. Suppose by mistake you have skipped that pneumonia vaccine. Next time you can take that pneumonia vaccine. Combination vaccine always prefer which gives less prick, less tension, less thing. Two live vaccine should be given within 24 hours. Suppose I give just measles, then today within 24 hours polio should be given, rota should be given, chickenpox should be given. Suppose it's a due. Kill vaccine, no problem like that. Suppose there should be distance of 28 days. I already minimum 26 days between two vaccines. Suppose it's a given before 26 days, you have to repeat that vaccine. दो पोलियो डोज में 24 मिनिमम 26 दिन का अंतर चाहिए. अगर 26 दिन के अंदर अगर दिया गया तो देन यू हैव टू रिपीट दैट वैक्सीन. ओके, आई टोल्ड यू अगले तारीख के 4 दिन पहले आप डोज ले सकते हैं। अगर 5 दिन ज्यादा होते हैं तो उसे इनवैलिड कहा जाता है। You have to be prepared after vaccination. You have to stay in that hospital, at the government hospital or private hospital, for half an hour, or any reaction, or if any adverse event, that is known as adverse event after vaccination. So keep time and give time. Up, these are the tips for mother, because mother always come unprepared for vaccination. Vaccination बोल दिया, डॉक्टर ने बोल दिया अपने को वो टाइप में, मदर शुड ऑलवेज वेल स्टडी। मदर को ये मालूम रहना चाहिए कि कौन सा वैक्सीन है, क्यों दे रहे हैं, कौन सी बीमारी के लिए है, और गूगल डॉक्टर है अपने पास अभी वैक्सीन के लिए। नहीं तो कम से कम यू हैव टू क्वेरी बिफोर कमिंग और आफ्टर कमिंग कि सर ये हेपेटाइटिस बी क्यों दिया जा रहा है, पोलियो क्यों दिया जा रहा है, हमको इसका क्या फायदा है, व्हाट इज द एडवांटेज ऑफ दैट। ऑलवेज यू हैव टू राइट योर क्वेश्चंस एंड देन कम टू डॉक्टर। एक डायरी में आप उनके क्वेश्चन लिख के लाइए, सो दैट यू विल सेव योर टाइम एंड ऑल्सो डॉक्टर्स टाइम। क्या होता है, अपने को क्वेश्चंस याद ही नहीं थे, तो बच्चा एक बार चेंबर में आके रोना चालू कर देता है और फिर अपन भूल जाते कि अपने को क्या कर, तो फिर अपन 2 बार बाहर, अरे डॉक्टर मैं ये बोलना भूल गया, अरे मैं डॉक्टर ये बोलना भूल गया। सो यू शुड ऑलवेज वेल प्रिपेयर्ड विथ योर डायरी। Best possible, try to take appointment and come in time, because you have to spare at least 1 year, 1 hour for vaccination. पोलियो देने के बाद सपोज यू गिव पोलियो डोज एंड बच्चा स्पिट्स और ओमिट करता है, देन यू हैव टू रिपीट वैक्सीन वंस। सपोज अगेन स्पिट करता है तो देन यू डोंट रिपीट, नेक्स्ट टाइम देखा जाएगा। Suppose there is a fever, you have to give paracetamol, and swelling आता है तो you have to apply ice fomentation. Never rub any vaccine. जहाँ कहीं वैक्सीन देते हैं तो never rub. We have to only press that vaccine. Always keep in mind. हम लोग जब कभी देते हैं तो धड़ाधड़ ऐसे रब करना चालू कर दे। Don't rub. Give the pressing. बिल्कुल प्रेस करिए आप, टाइट प्रेस करिए. That's all. कितना भी पैनिक रहे, कुछ भी रहे तो don't rub. Right? और इसके बाद ये फीवर, अगर हाई ग्रेड फीवर आता है, उल्टी होती है बहुत ज्यादा, या पेशेंट इज हैविंग अ कन्वल्शन, और लोग इसको हीट बोलते हैं या आकड़ी बोलते हैं, तो यू हैव टू कंसल्ट योर डॉक्टर इमीडिएटली। राइट, दैट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। दीज आर द वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टिप्स आई हैव गिवन। प्लीज कीप इन माइंड एंड vaccinate your child, vaccinate your child, vaccinate your child, and promote all the people above 45 years for corona vaccination. Thank you. Thanks for listening.
So one last query we've received again. I think
Sure.
she joined late. Harini is asking, after 10th week vaccination, I gave 1 ml of Dolo as per pediatrician's advice with 6 hours of interval. However, by the end of the 4th hour, the temperature started to increase up to 38 degrees. If in case something like this happens again post-vaccination, can I give Dolo with 4 hours interval, is her question.
The important thing is that Dolo, any paracetamol action starts after half an hour. And sometimes it ran off within 3 hours. You can give multiple doses at the interval of 3 hours. After 3 hours, you can repeat paracetamol. Dolo is basically, it's a not a pharmaceutical. Pharmaceutical name is paracetamol, I would say. Paracetamol. Yeah. So better you can repeat this 1 ml paracetamol after 1 hour. It's depend. See, if you are taking a drop and giving 1 ml, it's a too high dose. It's a drop. Always talk in drop. Suppose you are taking a body wali bottle, then you can talk in ml, right? So always go for drop. 7 to 8 drops for I will suggest 6 drops for child at the age of 1.5 months. 10 months, 7 to 8 drops, and at the age of 3.5 months, 10 drops. Simple, right?
Okay, so they can take it after an interval of 3 hours, is what you're saying, sir?
Yeah, they can take. Sure, 100% they can take.
Okay, got it. Okay, thank you so much, sir. I think we will not keep you any longer. You've patiently answered all their queries,
I
and
enjoyed that. I enjoyed that. I was. I'm in consultation. Yeah. I got
yes.
my.
Okay, to all the users, we will see you in the next session on Saturday with another very famous pediatrician. So, thank you so much for joining in, and we look forward to answering many more queries from you. Thank you, sir. And we look forward to having you back again for many
Yeah, yeah,
sessions.
sure. I will love it. Yeah,
Thank
thank
you.
you.